Take me through the first 8 holes of that golf tournament yesterday for you.
For sure. I mean, playing with Dustin, he just put an unbelievable performance on Saturday, and it was always going to be interesting to see how he handled the lead, 3-shot lead going out into the final round. And it was tough to watch him do what he did the first few holes. I mean, obviously, triples number 2 and doubles number 3, and all of a sudden he throws the lead straight back to me, and it was tough to watch him do that. I felt bad for him. We've all been there, we've all experienced that. It's no fun. But he really handled it like a true gentleman that he is, and he was great to play with. But all of a sudden the lead's thrown quickly back into my hands, and my thoughts were just to go out there yesterday and stick to my game plan, do my thing, keep putting the ball in fairway and greens, and give myself chances. And I executed that really well for the front 9, and made a couple of bogeys around the turn, bogeyed 9 and 10. I had a little peek at the leaderboard at that point. I saw I was 2 ahead, and really just tried to dig deep on that back 9.
Did the issues that Johnson had on the front 9 affect your timing at all? I mean, the second hole, like you said, he took a triple. He was taking a lot of swings. Then the next hole after that, he has a 5-minute delay looking for his golf ball. Did that throw you off at all?
I had a pretty big weight on the third green. I was facing a 40-footer. And, obviously I had to wait probably 10 minutes before I had a chance to hit that putt. And, I actually left the putt 6 feet short and had a kind of real tough, little tricky putt, which I ended up holding. But there's no doubt it kind of knocked me out of my rhythm a little bit, but it was nice to get a few minutes just to compose myself and sort of get acclimatized to Sunday afternoon, the last group at a major championship, and it didn't really affect me much. I really got on with my job after that.
Graeme, you really had some big names, obviously, trying to catch you, Tiger, Ernie Els, and Phil Mickelson. When you're out there, are you aware of the quality of the leaderboard, or is that something you're able to put out of your mind?
I think you got to put that out of your mind. I think when the golf course is as difficult as that, you've got enough to deal with. You can't really worry about what anyone else is doing. My caddy said to me in the range before, he said, you're going to hear a lot of cheers out there today. It's not because guys are making a ton of birdies. This golf course is tough. Those cheers are probably going to be pars and maybe worse. So really try and focus on your own game. Don't worry about what Tiger's doing in front of you. Don't worry about Phil. Don't worry about Ernie. Really just try and focus on your own game plan. And I managed to get myself in a pretty relaxed mode, and somehow managed to make some good swings coming down the stretch.
All right, I know your dad was there on Father's Day. I want to get your thoughts on that in a second, but let's just get to 18 real quick, because the announcers were talking about, as you were selecting your club out of the bag, I think it was Johnny Miller who said, I'm not giving him the driver. Now, you took driver there, and that's risk-reward, and you kind of hit it towards the trees, just got past him, so you had a clear shot at the green, which you laid up into. But talk to me about the decision on what you wanted to tee off with on 18.
Yeah, 18 was, obviously my game plan on 18 was kind of, if it plays back into the wind, I hit 2-iron off the tee there and really just play it as a true 3-shotter. But they really had the tee way forward, and that meant that I was actually able to get past the last tree. And when I'm able to do that, it's a driver for me. I just aim it at that last tree. If it stays in the fairway, great. If it goes in the rough, I just play it as a 3-shotter. And I had to assume that Gregory was going to make birdie. So then I was needing birdie to win. So I really took driver, and I really kept my options open. And I actually had 230 yards to the pin for my second shot. Was able to watch Havre splash out of the bunker, missed his putt. So that really made my decision a little easier, So 2-iron goes back in the bag. I get a 9-iron out, chip it down the fairway, and leave myself a nice 100 yards, which was thankfully drama-free. Knocked it on the green and had that 25-foot 2-putt, to win a major championship that I've always dreamed of.
Right, but you're not armed with that knowledge, as you pointed out on the tee, because Havre hadn't finished the hole yet. I just want to know, you've never been in this position before. What was it? I mean, you've played in the Ryder Cup and you've won on tour, but this is a U.S. Open. I mean, how did you hold it together with that driver in your hand on 18?
I was kind of duck on the pond syndrome. I guess I looked kind of calm, but inside I was very nervous and very excited. And you just really try and compose yourself and just try and trust all the practice you've done. Really try and believe in your swing, pick your spot, try and see the good shot. And there's no doubt. I mean, the brain starts to conjure up all kinds of scenarios, but you've really got to try and stay as single-minded as you can. Easier said than done, though. And I was happy that I was executing my game plan well, and it was nice to put some good swings on.
Graeme, how about the fact that your father was able to be there with you, was on the right off the final green there on 18, and able to really join in the celebration right after you had wrapped it up?
Yeah, that was cool. To have him out there all day yesterday on Father's Day, he told me he only wanted one thing from Father's Day, and that was to bring the trophy home. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to deliver the job, but managed to do it. And it was cool to have him coming onto the green and give me a hug, and he was pretty emotional, and that just made it all the more special. To win my first major championship at Pebble Beach under those scenarios. I mean, it was just a really cool feeling.